To Hawaii on YouTube and join us for a walk along Queens Beach and Kapiolani Park Beach, which is right here to my right. And let's just go see what we can see. So look back at beautiful Waikiki right now. Nice, beautiful day. Let's make a little adjustment here. Okay, that's good. How are all of you doing today? What a beautiful, beautiful day. We are in the south end of Waikiki on the island of Oahu in Hawaii. Just a beautiful cloud pattern there, huh? Let you guys have a look back at Waikiki a little bit there. I think we're a little off level there. I'll fix it here in a second.
Good afternoon, man.
What's that?
Good afternoon, man.
Good afternoon, sir. How are you? Boy, if the tide was low yesterday when we were out and about, it is low today. I think we were live about the same time yesterday, right? So maybe it's just me. Boy, nice and crystal clear, boy. Look at that huge tanker ship out there. Let me try something here, guys. Yeah, there you go. Now we're perfectly level. Look at how big that tanker is. I mean, even not even zoomed in, you could see it clear. Check out this beautiful water. You see all the coral. Thank you, Sandy, for letting everyone know.
I'll be all right.
I need to start scheduling these out a little bit further so I can make them events and you guys will get your notifications. But Sandy's doing a lot of heavy lifting, boy. I appreciate it, Sandy. How about that, boy? It's nice and sharp today. We got beautiful water. Yeah, there's a bunch of needlefish in there. Can you see them? They're even difficult for me to see because they're just so tiny, skinny. Oh, look at those fish. Gee, they're crisp. Look at those. Can you see those?
It's right here. This is one of the beach in Waikiki right now.
Those little needlefish just come up and get it. There's so many, huh?
Yeah. They're making me hungry though. Where's the catch? This is small fry.
That's so cool. Beautiful colors, aren't they?
There's one in here that's super neon blue. He was out here a second ago.
Yeah, I can see there's a blue, bright blue and orange one right there.
Yeah.
Do you know what kind they are?
Most of them are like, we call them parrotfish or triggers.
Oh, triggers? Oh, triggers, yeah. These are like needlefish right here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are cool. Thank you for letting us watch. Isn't that beautiful? Some of those are just bright. Look at those bright blue colors. Or bright blue and teal. And those little needlefish right there are eating one little piece because their mouths are so tiny. What's up, pigeons? As always, about this time of day, you can look back behind the hotels there and see the rain on Manoa Valley over there. Manoa Falls is right back behind there, tucked in the hills a little bit. And then down that way is Hilton Hawaiian Village and Kalākaua. That lady's calling this kid over. He's gonna, so you can see some of those fish. Those are big trigger fish.
There you go. See 'em?
There's a bunch of needlefish over here, but it's almost a totally different breed of or species of fish over here. Some of those with little horns on their head over here. See these ladies just enjoying the water, just sitting right there on the beach. You got a book, Snitch? What's up, fellas? No food today. That lady down there has bread and cheese. I have nothing. So if you're watching us for the first time live or on a replay, we are going to Hawaii. We have our YouTube channel, which we are trying to grow into a thriving enterprise. We were mostly known on Facebook under the same name of Going to Hawaii. We have very often live streams throughout the week. We have giveaways and nice cool challenges. We just finished up a steps challenge. We do interviews with tour operators and restaurateurs, and we do Let's Eat episodes, publish guides, articles, anything having to do with getting to Hawaii, going to Hawaii, coming to Hawaii, and making the most of your trips, your visits. And our best asset are the people that are watching right now. Many of them are longtime members. We call them gangsters. So if you hear us calling someone gangster, unless it's Lance, we mean it in a nice term of endearment kind of way. And they're the best form of information because they are people who have never been here to Hawaii, who have been to Hawaii a couple times, who have lived in Hawaii, who do live in Hawaii, and have come from all over the world. So they can tell you the good, the bad, indifferent, learn along with you. Maybe you could teach us a few things too. But our members are our best asset. And on these live streams, it's a great way, either on the Facebook or YouTube live streams, ask your questions. Oh, we do wild duck rescues and conservation. We do a little everything. Isn't that a beautiful shot? If you're watching this on your phone, you can watch it widescreen. Just turn it, make sure you have the setting on your phone to where you can go to horizontal, and just hit enlarge and go to widescreen. Turn your phone horizontal. You'll get a totally different viewing experience, than if you're lucky enough to be able to have it on your big screen TV, like some of you. Shane, I think Michelle does. I think Leanne was talking about it the other day. This is a great way to feel like you're right here. Are there any fish in here? You know, I said it incorrectly the other day that these fish can't get out unless they go over the top, and that's not true. There's holes on either side, but just little cracks. So, but I think it's because the water's too rough, and they're afraid, or they see it's like too short of a window of opportunity to get out. I don't know why, but there will be fish just caught up in there sometimes. And hopefully, man, look at how that sucker's just huge, that cargo ship. Hopefully in the next month and thereafter, we will be able to see some whales. We're going to make a good effort. We're going to go out to Makapu'u Lighthouse. We're going to hike up to the actual lookout at the top, not the lookout on the bottom that looks out on Makapu'u Bay. That is a good place to see them, but you see them better on this side of the hike. That's been my experience. Or going out on the Holokai, one of the catamaran sails. That's another good way to see the sea whales. I can't wait for them. It's oh, look at these. These are the type of fish. These are like the little like bait fish, mackerel, sardines that are plentiful around here. And you'll see a lot of these. Oh, there's an eel right there. Oh my God, wait. Oh, that is a cool moray eel. Son of a gun, look at that. Look at that, right? Come on. Where are you? Oh my goodness. He's right there. See this rock? He's right underneath that rock. He'll come back out, hopefully. There he is. He's going back out. See him right there? Right there? Oh my goodness. There he is again. He's right. Watch right in here. I'm going to keep it really still. He just slithers in and out. That's a tiny moray eel. It's about 1.5 feet long. And there's a cool starfish right beside him. That is a cool moray. I'm telling you. Let me get this lengthwise. So you can see he's right there, right as you see that lower right. He'll come out. Did any of you see him? Oh man, he's beautiful. He's teeny tiny, so a lot of stuff will eat him, but you give that sucker a couple of years where he's 4 or 5 foot long, he'll he'll be doing some damage. He's eating those little tiny bait fish. Yeah, I think even those bait fish that we saw are probably too big for him. I need to reposition the camera again. He's right there. He's under that moss, but he'll come out, hopefully. Those of you who saw them saw he's only about as big around as my finger, but yeah, those little fish in that little water there don't want to be around him. Oh, that was so cool. I've not seen one of those in a long time. He's kind of a phosphorescent yellow and black spots. Yeah, we don't have to stay here for him, but gosh dang. I used to be able to come over here and see bait fish, more starfish along these lines here. Wow, that is so cool. Well, hopefully some of you guys got to see him. Is that an octopus right there? No, that's algae. Oh, that was so very cool. I'd love to see him when he's big. We'll just give it just another second or two. He's probably in there chowing down on something because a couple of those little smaller bait fish went running out. Or swimming away. Ah, doggone it. So hopefully one or two of you saw it. You can go back and watch the live. I can't wait for the whales to come though. they're just amazing that they travel as far as they do for the reason that they do. And it's such a beautiful, beautiful thing, you know. They go from Alaska to either Baja, Mexico, or over to here because the water's warmer, you know. What they do is they will swim like 3,000 to 4,000 miles. I'm looking while I'm talking to you. They'll swim between 3,000, 4,000 miles. And it takes them like 16 to 20 some odd days. Some of them do it in 16 days, but they swim nonstop. They swim nonstop from Alaska to Maui, and on their way they'll come across here. And the reason they go to Maui is because of, or to even to Baja. And what's that called? Valencia Bay? Valencia Bay? I can't remember, but they go there because the water is nice and warm and it's cold up in Alaska. And what they do is they eat in Alaska. They stuff their fat faces all season long. And so when the mothers get here, it's not really, I didn't know about it for a long time, so I don't know how popular it is knowledge-wise, but they don't eat while they're here. The mothers don't eat. They survive that entire trip. They swim nonstop, like average like 5 miles an hour. And they swim like 3,000 to 4,000, 4,500 miles, something like that, depending on where they're located and where they end up, if it's in Baja or Mexico. But they come over here because the waters are really warm. And so if they have the babies in the cold water in Alaska, it takes them so much more to birth. They don't want to birth them in the cold water anyway, because it takes them so much more energy, the babies, to get around and to learn to fish and hunt and do all that stuff. So if they're in the nice warm water, it takes a lot less energy, and therefore the mothers don't have to put out, you know, as much of the milk as much as possible. And the mothers are completely depleted. Imagine swimming all the way from Alaska, 3,500 miles average, nonstop for 3 weeks, having babies, and it's a predatory thing. There are no predators for the most part here in Hawaii or in Baja, Mexico, in those areas. In Baja, Mexico, actual proper, where actually Baja is, it's really bad with sharks and what have you. But where they have them, the bays are so shallow or shallower. Their cover is a lot better than being out in the wide open ocean. And the killer whales out in Alaska will just tear into those babies. They tear into them anyway, but they're a lot less likely to do it here, or in Mexico rather. The whale watching in Mexico is off the charts. If you ever go, oh man, I cannot think of the name of that place, but it's called whale bumping. And what they do is the whales will come right up to the boats. And if you go out on the smaller boats, it's really, I've only done it twice. I mean, I've been out on whale watching in Mexico probably 100 times, but there's only been 2 times where we got like literally right next to the whale. The whale's flipper came up, hit the boat, hit right beside the boat. And I mean, you could hear the whale under the water vibrating, just going, and it was not shaking the boat, but you could feel it through the boat. It was just quite amazing. And she stayed around for a long, long, long time. I've never seen a baby that close, but we saw 2 mothers, and they were just massive. We were on maybe a 22, 24 foot boat, and that whale was way longer than the boat. But they're so, because the water is so much nicer there in Baja, they're very placid, very docile. And they're there just to feed their babies. That's all they're there for. They're not to... Yeah, I didn't get to touch them. We could have, but you'd rattle the boat. The people on that side, you're only on a boat that's like less than half the size of this right here. So you get to see them, but they ask that you don't, jump and try and get across the boat, because it's a wooden boat and it makes a whole bunch of noise, and it sounds really bad to them. I guess they don't like it. So the people on this side held its hand and its nose, or held their hands out and rubbed its face and fins and everything. It's beautiful. When they come back, when those whales come back, this is what I've seen this a number of times. And when they go back from Mexico, Baja, up to Alaska, they'll go through San Diego and go through La Jolla. And La Jolla, I think I told you guys this before, there's a bed of kelp. There's a kelp bed that's miles and miles and miles and miles long, just incredibly long. And it goes from 5 feet, hangs down like this, like 5 feet, to hundreds of feet. And there's all kinds of krill and baby shrimp that get in those kelp lines and kelp arms, and those whales will turn upside down, the mothers will, and just go along there and slap it with their tail and just knock the hell out of those shrimp, and the little babies that come along and just whoosh, learn to eat. And I'm sure the mothers are eating by then too, because I think they eat on the way back, but they don't eat on the way down. I may be wrong. You may be able to look that up and correct me. There's the natatorium. We walked right past it. The War Memorial. This is Kaimana area. This whole area here is considered Kaimana neighborhood. That's a Kaimana hotel. And right on the other side over there is Sansochi Beach. Someone can correct me if it's Sansochi or Sochi Beach. But that is the location where the real first hotel was in Waikiki. It was only a 12-room boarding house. I think it was Dillingham's dad, Dillingham's dad owned it. I think that's who it was. There's only a 12-room boarding house, and they say the rate was 50 cents. I think 50 cents a night, something like that, in 1880 something, 1885, 86. And then it closed down. But all this right here was all swampland. Sorry if you all know this already. I just think it's fascinating. All this was swamp. Swamp. Couldn't build on it, couldn't do anything on it. But the first bit of land that had any rise to it and was buildable was where Moana Surf Rider is now, and then where Royal Hawaiian is, and where Hilton Hawaiian Village is now. That's it. That's all the useless information I have today. There's beautiful Diamond Head. That's Queen Kapiolani Park. That's where King Kamehameha had his horse farm, horse ranch, and horse racing track. This is the beach. If you've heard of Kaimana before, and a lot of you people have been here before, you know this too. This is typically, I think, 3 of the last 5 years, or maybe 3 of the last 4 years, Rocky, the monk seals, had her baby mostly, well, all over this beach, but it was like over in this area. They closed down most of the beach. And the people are really respectful. When she gets her baby in the water, they get out. She teaches it to swim and hunt. And we've seen her baby out. I don't know if it's her baby that's the male or the female, but that sucker is not a baby anymore. It is huge. If you remember us, when I put that video up of the monk seal that was on the ocean, or on the beach over there by Paradise Beach, right behind Royal Hawaiian, when it went do. And it just went like this and stopped on the beach. That was her baby. And I don't know if it's a male or female, but it is a big sucker. This is Kaimana Hotel. They had this classified as a economy class hotel in the cheap hotels guide on one of the websites, and this is not the case. Hi there. How are you? This is the very first time a person was really nice and waved in this area. They're usually not very. How do you say that? Sensochi or sensosi? But that's it. The Kaimana Hotel. A lot of times when we're looking back this way, it's often easy to mistake this building and this building is the same, but you can see they're separate. And this is like an apartment building, but that's Kaimana Hotel. Still pretty good size. It has a great little bar, a great little breakfast restaurant called How Tree. Very nice. And this is Lotus Hotel, formerly W Hotel. I wish W Hotel had had a presence in Waikiki. Now I think they could pull it off. It was too hip of a hotel, I think, at the time. You know, W is the Starwood hotel brand. It's really ritzy and snazzy and kind of a yuppie-ish type hotel brand. I honestly don't even know if they have them anymore. We did the website for the Manhattan W Hotel. Loved that property. So beautiful. I really like this area out here. It's too shallow for the turtles. Whoop! Boy, that would have been bad. Good thing I looked right down, man. I'd have nosedived right there. Yeah, it's too shallow for turtles. There's usually turtles all over the place, but you see, this is what they're eating, man. All this beautiful, nasty, cruddy moss that they just love. Well, you can see it all from here, huh? The refineries, Ko'olina, way out there, Electric Beach, Eva Beach. And you see parasailers, see the planes leaving the airport, see the piers over there, big cargo ship harbor, Kalākaua Farmers Market, or Farmers Market location, Kalākaua waterfront right there. La Mariana, everything coming this way. Sanssouci? Are you sure about that, Diane? Because I'm going to start saying it that way. Sanssouci. Sanssouci. Like sushi, but sushi. Okay. If someone calls me an idiot for saying it the wrong way, I'm going to send them to you. Aloha, Dana Hamilton. Yeah, this is such a nice area. Almost everybody here is a local or a resident of these, or a guest of the two hotels out here. And they want to keep it that way, I think. And then look at the rain over here. It's building up. They may come over into Waikiki. What a beautiful shot. All the parasailers. Here comes the, it's either Blue Hawaii or Rainbow helicopter tours coming right over here. It's probably too small for you guys to see. They usually do like a circle right there, but no, maybe not. Oh yeah, here he goes. See how they stop? Look at him. Ah, there you go. I love that. He does that slow turn, scares the crap out of people that are in the helicopter. And if he's feeling froggy, he kind of dips that nose down a little bit and does a half circle and comes back this way. I think he's probably small, even on the big screens. Boy, there's a plane not that far ahead of him, or on top of him. See that small plane right there, right on top of him? It went right into the clouds. Here he comes. He should come over right over the top of us, this chopper. How many of you have done a helicopter tour? There he is. Man, look how, I know I always comment about how fast those container ships go, but look at how quickly, maybe you can see him here. Watch, there's two, there's one on the front, there's one behind. The big one is the one behind. Look how fast he's moving. And that is pushing a lot of weight through the ocean there, boys. That is so interesting. I know I'm the only one who likes that, but I think it's cool.
Like a lot of like next small.
Boy, it smells very beachy back there. Sand sushi. I think I was putting too much of a chi on it instead of a C on it. Ooh, yeah, it is. It's going to rain there in Waikiki. Hello to our unnamed, unidentifiable special guest. Glad you're watching. There's Diamond Head. Look out in the pillbox right there. Hopefully you're enjoying the stream. Look back at Waikiki. It's all Queen Kapiolani Park. Let's go over here because we rarely walk on this side. We'll walk through the grass and look back at these buildings rather than always looking just straight up at them. Maybe you'll get a better view. All this from here on out to the end of Kaimana neighborhood here. This is Kalākaua. This road here is still Kalākaua. It's all residential. Long-term rental, residential, and I think there's some, well, I'm sure there's some short-term rental in there, whether it's legal or not. I'm sure there's some in there. It's a canoe club and the Elks Lodge right here. Just a beautiful, beautiful big park. The marathon is this weekend. I just saw that sign. I remembered it too. This Sunday. Isn't that a beautiful view of the fountain and the diamond head in the background? A lot of people think that looks like the Married with Children fountain. Is that what it's called, Married with Children? I'm really glad they repaired the fountain, because they didn't have it up and it was down and out for a long time. I mean, like a year, maybe almost 2 years, maybe, I would guess. Aloha, Cheryl. Shane Michael, good to see you. Congratulations again to all the GTH Step Challenge participants and those of you who just did yeoman's work. That's crazy. Good job for you guys. Those chickens love these trees, but not necessarily these trees, but the trees straight over there at the other side of the park. There's a break over there. A break in the street. And there's a park over there that it has hedges all the way around on the two sides. And it gives those chickens cover. They come out and they'll get these needles and use them for bedding and stuff like that. And they have, that is like the chicken paradise over there.
She's like, yeah, oh my God, oh, let's cut to the chase. No time to wait.
I'm so thankful for those young gentlemen who have their stereos blasting like that. But to be honest, I was the same way when I was younger and dumber. I know that's hard to believe, but I was. But I played good music. How many of you have made this walk on a visit since we've made this walk? Just because, or how many of you, I guess I'll just ask that. How many of you have done this walk already and had not done it until you saw it here on the stream? I like showing you guys these areas and showing you in multiple times so you pick up the vibe, and can determine whether this would be a walk or a destination or something that you would or wouldn't like to do, Because even as much as we've streamed this to the thousands and thousands and thousands of people, it's not like it's something that now it's overran with people. I had a minor little discussion in direct message and in comments with a gentleman the other day about, there was actually two different people. One guy was saying we were showing too many private beaches, and then another commented that there's too many tourists on the beaches, and the people that are locals here can't even get on the beach to enjoy the sunsets and sunsets, which is something that was the subject matter of the post itself. And I looked at his profile, and he loves dogs. He's a dog trainer, so I don't want to dismiss him because I love what he does, but that's a ding-dong statement to make. And I named off about 7 different beaches. So, man, have you been to any of these beaches lately? You know, there's like 5 people. Even Waimanalo on a busy, busy day has 3 dozen people, and it's about 4 miles long. I get it. They don't like that travelers and visitors and non-kamakamole people are there, but that's how it is, man. When you live in paradise, other people want to be here. You have to buck up and deal with it, you know. Same thing in La Jolla Village, same thing in Cabo, same thing in Cancun, same thing in New York City, same thing in, you know, all these places. People want to be where you are because you're in that place because you want to be there. You don't live in a echo chamber. Aloha, Veronica. I get it. I'm the same way. I want it to be accessible to people, and you know, I think what they're doing with Diamond Head, with Hanama Bay, where they're restricting, maybe closed 2 or 3 days a week. I love that. It means that it gives the reef and other plant life and all that kind of stuff, gives them the ability to recover, you know. But you can't try and have an exclusivity to Mother Nature. Right around this corner is where you'll see this, watch this, see this little walkway or rock wall. Right on the other side is that beach. We look back over this way, and that's the wall you'll see. So if we wanted to, if we had our water shoes on, we could walk down these stairs. Hey, Tone Loke. There's my friend. I just saw that out of the corner of my eyes, man. Let me see you again. Worldwide slinger. That guy's a gangster. I haven't known him for years, but it feels like I do because, man, he and I walk the same path in La Jolla Village and elsewhere, and he's a great guy. Lives here now. How you doing, my friend? How's it going, man? Are you going out?
I might.
All right. Isn't it too low right now or no? Or is that what you're worried about?
Really low.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Hey, dude, we went down to Cromwell's a couple of times. And man, today would be the day to do it. Because look how low it is. Slinger. Look at this. This is about as low as when you want to go, because you're still going to get wet. You're going to do a tiny bit of swimming. But to get around that other far side of Cromwell's, today would be the day to do it. But today is not the day we're going to do it. So yeah, these next 2 parks we're going to show, you guys have seen them on here, you know, a bunch of times. You'll see that from even the first time we've watched to even now, I mean, there's not been that much of a multiplier of people who go there. Just not the case, you know. And if that contributed to it, see you later, man. If it was a contributor, you'd see Waimanalo and Lanikai and all these beaches just covered with people that were as a result of us, but that's not the case. So I'm going to do that this loop probably Friday. Do you guys want to do the loop all the way around to KCC around here? Or would you rather go from here to the top of Diamond Head Lookout and then back? It's the same distance. It's the exact same thing if you go down to Cromwell's, which I'll probably do. It's just if you go this way down Montserrat, around KCC, and around this side to the lookout. I happen to like that area. I like going through that residential area. But some people find it boring and trite. And then sooner than later, we are going to be going to Kaimuki and start taking on some of those Let's Eat challenges. But one thing I will mention, see if Slinger's still on here, is we're going to do Wilhelmina Rise challenge because Cocky Waikiki Wendy Silva said, oh, I can do that. No problem, let's go. So we're going to do it. We're going to leave from International Marketplace, go all the way up Kapahulu, over to Wilhelmina, and go up that road to the very top. I can't think of the name of that park, but there's a park, a lookout at the very top. It is beautiful. You're actually looking down onto the tip of Diamond Head. It's a beautiful, beautiful view, but it is a widowmaker of a hump. And the challenge is to not get up it fast. The challenge is to never stop. Start at the bottom and never stop. Even if you're shuffling your feet, never stop, never stop. There you go. Moalani Park. Moalani Park. I love that area up there. Strangely enough, Slinger, when I mention these other things like going up Wilhelmina Rise or over there by Wahila, no one ever comments, oh, stop showing that. You're going to get too many people to go do it. That hump up that road to Wahila, we call it Ruth's Place because Ruth's Place is the last road there that goes into Wahila, that mountaintop up there. So we call it the Ruth's Place hike, which is inaccurate, but it's easy for people to remember. Man, that thing has a lot of quit in it. The first 100, 200 yards of it, that's where you say, you know what? I don't want to do this. This is Lucille's favorite part. Look at this. How many times have we been here? You see how beautiful it is, and look how few people are here. People don't come here. They love to admire it on the stream. That's it. Makele Beach Park. And Leahi Beach Park is the one right next door. They're both just spectacular. And with all beaches here on Oahu, it's a public beach. It looks private. It has the appearance of private. It's laid out to where it looks private, but it's very public, or very much public, I should say. Just a beautiful layout, though. Just a peaceful peaceful bit of water here. Man, look how low it is. Wow. And you would think this would be a target-rich environment for sea turtles, but it in fact is not. I think they like the places that are less adversarial from a current and water type perspective, because look how from that first break into here, it's like constant. There's not a break of a flat area, it's just constant wave chopping, because this is what it's chopping over this reef right here. And turtles would rather be in a little area that's not as, where they can float and hover over the moss and eat it, stuff their faces with it. And I think in all the many, many times I've been here, I think I've seen a turtle maybe once or twice. I've seen one seal, and it was not happy. It wasn't like it was thriving or wanting to be over here. It almost looked like it was lost. I'm sure it was, but that was the appearance. But how's that beautiful shot? He says most people can't or won't do well. I'm going to rise. It takes me the first half to get warmed up to just to be able to go to the park up there. Yeah, you're into that stuff. This is a nice place here, and it's the thing is though, there's not a lot of sand breaks. I mean, the sand breaks you see here, they're like 4 foot, 5 foot, 3 foot, 5 foot. So they're there, but they're not a lot of them. So I don't know how many. I bet it would trap a lot of tropical fish, but I don't know how deep it's going to be. Like you can see right out here, Slinger. See the markers like right out there. I don't know that for a fact, but I think those are like 6-8 feet or something. Don't hold me to that, but see, there's people here just standing. I see them walk out to there. And if you guys remember that young man I was just speaking with, there's a man right there. On the other side is that rock. You can see someone walking out on it right now. I'll take my hand down. That's a rock wall we were looking at on the other side. The young man was saying he had his foil board out, and those things need like what, 2.5, 3 feet? I asked him if it was too shallow. He said probably so. But this is just such a beautiful walk, even at night. When it's like pitch black at night, even the moon's going to light it up a little bit. But a lot of the homeowners here have these big, huge halogen-like lights just light it up out here. It's just beautiful. We need to come out here do a night walk. Let's show Slinger some of the diversity and where you guys are from. Type in where you're watching from, if you would. See these lights light up that ocean out there. People from New Zealand and New Jersey and Australia, Canada, Delray, Northeast South Dakota, Northeast Ohio, Alberta, Ontario. I know there's a couple, one from Utica on here, one from Sacramento, San Diego, Chicago, Arizona. Kellyanne is from Arizona. Her boyfriend / husband, Dan. Northern California, Sydney, Australia, Melbourne. Hello, Karen and Ken from Australia. I think I know you. Virginia, Northern California. Yeah, Slinger's a local. Regina, Saskatchewan, Canada. Riverside, California. North Dakota, Wisconsin. I'm walking a little faster. There's some people behind me. I don't want them to have to squeeze to go around me if we don't have to. But I love this area right here. This is just a... And look at this crowded park. Everybody's here just crowding everybody out. None of the locals can come here and enjoy it. Southern Ontario, Wisconsin, Canada, Illinois. Yes, it is, Dana. I mean, if we can get rid of some of the, I don't want to say some of the Australians. I mean, there's just one or two that if we could just get rid of them a little bit. Oh, actually, Slinger, if you're ever on here again and you happen to notice a guy named Lance Whitney, go ahead and download his information because you'll need it for the security records and charges I'm sure you're going to be filing against him next year. It's going to be another year before he's here, though. Look at that beautiful view, huh? That's right, Lance. I want to see if I can, without getting wet, if I can go. I want to show you that that area that has the. But look at this. Don't get me wrong. I mean, there are people that come here, and on the weekends, a lot of times there'll be, particularly on the weekends or in the later evenings, they'll have like a Pilates group or yoga group or something like that. There'll be people here doing, a nice volleyball game or something like that. But for the most part, they really keep this. I mean, look, there is no trash. I think they do a really good job shepherding and being an ambassador of this place. They really do. Remember the day we saw the 3 little pigs right there? That made my month, seeing those little pigs. And they somewhat recently put this up. I'm not sure why they did, but this had a like a rentable area. Oh, that's why. Look, it's that whole caved in right there. Down in here is the spot where they do a lot of bathing suit shots. And there's like one little cool angle that they show that it just, somewhat unique here. Let me show you. I guess it's kind of this rock area here. There's a little formation on the wall right there around that little corner where that little outlet is right there for this, for the wall. And then this is the other one right here. See this kind of they'll shoot it in a way that the chain link fence isn't in it. So you just get the stairs in the water, and the girls will either be down here in the water standing, and it looks like the stairs are disappearing into the sand. Kind of like what it is now, but it looks a lot more picturesque when you're down there shooting up. And then there you go. There's a lookout that you can go to and a lookout you can't go to. And there's the people. Here, let me see if we can. Can you see them up there, the people? Yeah, you remember when those pigs were at the park too, at the Queen Kapiolani Park? Let's go back the same way. Going back that way on the beach, on the street is just ugly and noisy. I'd rather see the same thing again than look at something ugly and noisy like that street. So let's check it out. It's really cool when the tide is high and it's at high tide and coming in nicely. You guys have seen it with even we've done it. Walk through there with the waves coming up over that wall. It's quite nice. Oh my goodness. He knows, forgive him guys, forgive Slinger. He knows not the group he has fallen victim to. Lay it on him, guys. I can show you, it's on that plaque right up there at the front of that park. Do you know what that stands for? And why they called it Diamond Head, or call it Diamond Head? Look at that beautiful sailboat going right through the sun. We've been lucky. I mean, like the last several times we had a sunset or a sunrise, a boat has been going right through the sun for us. Right on cue. If you're watching on your TV, that must be a nice shot. Yeah, the early arrivers would come in, and it had a lot more crystal deposits, like the pyrite mineral. You okay? Hi there. Hey man. Pyrite was on the side of the mountains, like right up there, and when the sun would shine on it, had little diamonds. But Leahi's, if I remember, it's like the cheek of the marlin, or it looks like the front of the marlin, because if you look at the side, not from here, but if you look at where it comes down that side, it looks like the cheek of a marlin. I may have that completely wrong. Here's Slinger's house. I didn't want to go in there and upset him, bother him, but there's his house. Yeah, Slinger Lance is going to start throwing some of that Hawaiian speak on you. And what's hilarious is that he is as Australian as it comes. So when he speaks Hawaiian in Australian accent, it's quite hilarious. I'm hoping we could look down and see another moray eel. We saw a beautiful baby moray eel at the very front of the stream today. It was about a foot long, about as big as my finger, fluorescent and black spotted. Some of the people saw it as beautiful. Out there chasing those little tiny fish for lunch, and I can't imagine what that sucker's going to look like when he's a couple, 3 years old. It's wide open, boy, look at that. The cargo ship is just now making it. Gotta go out past Maui a little bit and take a right.
Like, hey, do you want to have a threesome? Like, hey, do you want to come over and fuck right now? Hey, do you want to come over and do coke and fuck? Like, multiple times. She like doesn't fucking.
And that's our Australian portion of the episode today. can't take them anywhere. Ooh, nice and rainy. It should be raining over there by you. Slinger. All right, brother man, we'll talk to you later. Enjoy. If you get caught up on any of that dinner making, you need a little help from an expert, then give me a call. I'll be happy to walk you through it. But please, I can't be your, no pun intended, apron strings the entire time. I need to cut the cord and let you go off on your own and learn to cook, my friend. So the sooner that happens, that guy, I won't say his real name unless I talk to him. But he's a really good guy. He's a really, really, really good chef. All the places he's worked, I know about. And he's like the head chef at a couple. They do not take punks. You know, I mean, they're like really, really high end, the best of that area. There's Diamond Head again. Can never get enough of that beautiful ancient volcano, huh? Look at this snowman with the grass skirt. Or snow woman with the grass skirt, I guess. Look at this little dog, and that's so cool. Dog's living his best life. That's the park I was telling you about, that's just a bastion of everything for these chickens. There are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of chickens. Just over that little ledge there, there's a really thick bush area, tree line. It's probably about 40 feet wide, and it's just thick with birds. Little baby chickens and big moms and roosters just living their best life. I mean, life couldn't get better for a chicken in Hawaii, right? All the bugs and grass and worms and perfect weather. Wow, that kid has got really good coordination. Well, I bet the falls are just coming down now. This is like 4 days, 5 days in a row. Right back over there is Manoa Falls, the Manoa Valley. I love walking in that area. It's like, if you haven't been over there, it's a lot like the feeling of this. It's very, very homey, very family oriented. It seems like just that feeling you get through there, and you're walking through there and it is just super lush. I mean, every lawn is just as green as it can be, no brown spots. And it's just, I mean, there are some old houses and older houses, newer houses too, of course, but man, they're kept really, really nice. There are some junky houses too, don't get me wrong, but just that walk, it's just beautiful. I like going up that road. You go up Kalākaua up to Macaulay, past the bridge, then you get on a road, it's called Oahu, and you go up to Manoa and just up all the way up the road to Manoa Valley. It's not a difficult hike, it's just long. It's like 5 miles or so, and then you do the waterfall after that. But that whole walk along there is just fantastic, I think. It looks like a rainbow is trying to break out, kind of making an effort. Do any of you have an idea on where you'd like to see Sean and I do a Let's Eat? It's got to be a place from Ala Moana out. Can't be in Waikiki. He needs if you recall, he just had a baby, or his wife just had it. Well, I guess they both had a baby. Or they have a new member of their family, let me say it that way. And his wife needs to be close to the baby, which is all totally understood. So I said, just pick a place, any place you want. I'll come up with a list, and then we'll talk tomorrow or the next day. And, oh, is that the new Bob? Look at that. Do I like that or no? What do you guys think of that? Look at that. Is it electric? I think it is electric, isn't it? That's cool looking. Oh, so funny. Ooh, prime roast would not be a bad idea. That is not a bad idea. I didn't even, I am ashamed. I am ashamed of myself. God dang. That's perfect. That's the perfect place. Who else should get a, who else should get a bump in exposure more so than that family? Prime roast. That's a very good suggestion. I want to do Smith and King, but it's almost like they don't deserve it, right? Who? Ed Kinney's restaurant. Oh, Mud Hen. Oh, there's a Mud Hen over here in Kaimuki. Or is that the one you're talking about? It's Kaimuki and Wailana. Is that the name of the road? Right across, kind of just kind of down the street from the elementary school there. I think Kaimuki. I think Kaimuki is too far this way. It needs to be around Ala Moana Mall. No, for Smith and King. Man, I love those places. Man, the 2 times I went and did, I've been there a bunch of times, but the 2 times I went and did streams with them, it was just great. But man, I mean, I'm telling you, you know, it's not like we flex our muscles and we're not flexing the clout or the reach or the influence, but here it's the bottom line. I mean, look, here's a great example for the positive, right? Look at Cheeseburger in Paradise as an example. How many times have I dogged them just because it was not 1 time or 2 times or 3 times or 4 times that they were bad? They went from being exceptional to horrible, and then horrible service, and then on top of that the manager, and I won't shut up about it, right? And I wasn't even going to go back, and I've not missed an opportunity when we walk by and I say that's the worst burger place in town, right? So I go back, and now we've had a pretty darn good experience. I mean, I'd say a nice experience, so much so that I would definitely go back and try them again. And then if their product and service is elevated like it is now, I have no problem in saying, man, that's a great place. But you know, some people may look and say, oh, you only have 45 or 50 viewers. Well, it's the replays and replays and replays that go on here and on YouTube. I mean, on Facebook. And Facebook, just because of the nature of where I focused in the beginning, that's where the viewership comes from. You'll have 10, 12, 13,000, 40,000 sometimes on some really good streams. You know, and then we do shorts about it, whatever. And you can see, like now, maybe there's a couple of you, maybe 3 or 4 that may say, oh, I may try Cheeseburger in Paradise now, whereas before you may or may not. That just tells you how sensitive it is that you treat every single person. It's not like I'm someone special, it's you guys that are special, because there's, you know, thousands and thousands of you, you know, and it's not just the one person. It's like Lance and his 2 friends, and it's Sandy and her 3 friends, and it's Janet, her 2 or 3 friends, and, you know. And if we need to do the negative, just look at Bonsai Burger. It's the exact opposite of Bonsai Burger. Exact opposite. What happened there? Love that place. How many times did I say it's top 3 burger places? I thought it was excellent, wonderful. Ate there a lot on my own. And then, nope. It went from Went from good, it's still good. And I put that entire experience off to that lady who was an absolute ding dong. And the general manager has reached out a couple of times since and said, hey, how are things going? And he wants to do something else. Wants to do another live stream. And I'm happy to do that because I believe in them. And the way that the owner, Mike, the way he managed it could not have been better. Absolutely perfect. Absolutely perfect. No ego, no, well, this, no excuse machine, nothing. He just, he was, here, let me get you something. I go, no, dude, I don't want anything free. I want to come in and I want to rate you the right way because I know you're a killer. I know it's unbelievably good. So, yeah, Earl's was great. Earl's, I didn't do a live, I didn't even do a, did I do a post from Earl's? I don't think I even did a post for Earl's. It was good. Service could have been twice as good. It wasn't horrible, but it could have been twice as good as it was. Very easily. Oh, highway in too, dang. That would be good. But right now, Prime Roast is the leader. I would love it if Ernesto and Celeste could, because Sean is going to bring a lot more YouTube viewers to the episode, and hopefully he'll be able to maybe spread the wealth with them because I think they could use it. I just love them. I love those guys. And let's not forget, he has an absolute amazing, flawless product. All these crabs. There's some fish caught up in this pipe area here. Highway in is good. Yeah, I didn't do a post for Earl's then, did I? I think, well, that happy hour photo that I did that's just a beer and it has a, or maybe I didn't even send that yet. There's one I did where it's 2 glasses. That's Eating House. I will definitely go back there. That's a top happy hour place for sure. I'm looking for that moray eel down in here. I know where it was. I just happened to maybe see if there's a family of them down here. Oh, there's one right there. There's one. Oh my goodness, that's a big old sucker. Look at this, look at this. Look straight down there. That striped thing, right? Come on, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? It's just sticking out of that hole. Come on. Why can't I see it? Okay, let me find it this way. There's that. Yeah. It's really zoomed in. Is it over here? Yeah, okay, you see that rock right there at the edge here? Look to the right. His face, you can, I mean, I could just see his nose, but he'll come out. He's like twice the size of that other eel. He sees me. That's why he won't come out. Doggone it, that was a beautiful one too. His whole body was out. Yeah, the crabs are all there, but that, I didn't know there were that many morays around here. I'm going to leave it zoomed in a little bit in case I see him, in case I can get him to not see me and come out. Oh, it was a beautiful eel. Right there in that little, you can see that little moss is sticking out. Yeah, he's not sticking out at all yet. Oh, come on, moray. Same color, that kind of a phosphorescent yellow with the black spots on it. He's right there. Boy, they stand out, man. I guarantee you, those fish see him and they're like, nope, not today, Satan. Now we know there's morays over here, so now we've got to walk over here and look down each time. I know I'm still zoomed in. I'm going to leave it until we get to the end of this walkway, because if I see one, I want to get on it real quick. Man, that was a good size one too. It's about 1.5 inches around maybe or so. And I'll bet you they rule this area along here because there's nothing really big in there. And there's all those little bait fish that they go after. He's right in here where that other one was. All right. I know that has to be boring, watching someone look for something that you can't see. That is so cool. All right. Well, it was right in here. This is where it was. And there he is. There's one right down there. All right. All right. I'm going to surprise him. Okay. Watch. So you see this right here? I'm not going to point at him. See this edge right here where my finger is? Look straight down there when I'm going to point down. You'll see him. Where did he go? Oh, his whole face was sticking out. That was a bigger one. Man, I looked over and I go, man, that looks like coral. It was his face. Just in case he pops out. Oh man, I don't know if they can see. I don't know if they can see this clear through the water and then through the, they probably just see a big mass up here and they just run off. Oh man. I'm surprised there's that many eels in this area. He's right in there. That's where he is. All right, guys. Thanks for indulging me. Gosh dang it. And I see all these little bait fish. I guarantee it, that's what those morays are eating. And they sit in this algae that has that kind of a long brush on them. I've got to come back down here and look again. What I've got to do is look ahead of us like this, instead of look up and down, because right as they see me, they go away. And they look like this. See this moss going back and forth? That's kind of what they look like, but they're striped. Those fish go swimming by and boom, it's over. All right, did we lose everybody? Oh no, there's 2 more people came on before. Yeah, but I've not seen that. I've not seen them here. And I guess that's obvious because I want to catch one and look at it. But I don't dare do that on stream. Oh my God, you're killing a moray eel. Look at this little dog. Kind of a ominous view, huh? That's right. Barefoot Beach, I wouldn't be surprised if Wendy's got Patron of the Month status here already. I feel obligated to show you this shot each time if I can. All right, guys, this looks like a good place to end it. Let's end it on a beautiful, stormy shot. Yeah, the word's out on the street, man, or out on the reef. The word's out on the reef. Beware of a short, fat, balding, bulbous-headed ding-dong talking to himself, carrying a phone. Not always carrying a phone and talking to himself, but always talking to himself. All right, guys, here we go. 4 L's. Hopefully you laugh, learn, love, like the stream. One more for Lucille, please. You would appreciate it, so would I. If this is your first stream, hopefully it's not your last. If it is your last stream, you will be missing out on challenges and giveaways and tours and reviews of hotels and Let's Eat food reviews and guides and photo galleries and all kinds of cool stuff. And an upcoming, dare I say, merch store. Aloha.